Ladies and gentlemen, the Bitcoin range is comprised by two diagonal lines, one of them stemming backwards from 2017 and one of them stemming backwards from 2021. These diagonal lines are forming the critical support and resistance zone right now, and within that support and resistance zone, Bitcoin has been ranging for about 87 days. This is a very drawn out and long consolidation range. We don't usually see consolidation this long in a Bitcoin bull market. However, we have established in the past that abnormality is the norm. We do know that no Bitcoin bull market is exactly the same. Every bull market we see different structures, very clearly attested to by the fact that 2021 was so strange in comparison to something like 2017, with 2021 being a double kind of peak formation and 2017 being a straight up, very simplistic bull market right there. Given that trend, we can only expect that this bull market will be as abnormal as the last two, which is it will be unpredictable in structure, but predictable in dates. That is the general trend right now. But given the fact we're still consolidating, we haven't really made a move on the macro, we kind of have to focus on the short term. It's the only thing we can really look at. Nothing's changed here on the macro. Bitcoin's still in a macro upwards trend. Yes, there are things to be concerned about. Yes, this could be a potential double top formation. But at the same time, we've seen that before, and we've seen that problem squashed before as well. For example, 2023, just under 2 years ago, we had a double top formation. A lot of people were scared we were going to crash and go downwards, but instead of going downwards, we simply formed another low and then skyrocketed to the upside. It proved that the cycle can be stronger than the structure. And we're hoping that this situation is a similar story. Perhaps the cycle, again, is stronger than the structure, and perhaps we will continue upwards from here. That's personally what I think will happen based off the data, but it's impossible to really be sure and validate anything until there is a macro move. We know that so clearly. And so, based on the fact that nothing's really happening here on the macro, we kind of have to focus on the short term. And the short term's been particularly interesting. We've seen some intense price action on the short term. We have seen, if you look very closely at the last 4 consecutive daily candles, we've seen doji candles form. You can see this diagram right here in white, these doji candles. It's essentially a candle structure where there is a very small candle body, a very small distance between the opening price and closing price of the candle, but the price moves dramatically in wicks during the duration of the candle itself. And this is basically one of the most textbook forms of indecision on the charts. It represents the fact that there's no clear strength. There's no clear bullish advantage or bearish advantage right now. And the fact that we've seen that 4 days in a row, the charts are practically screaming that at us right now. There's no clear direction. The charts are genuinely waiting for the next thing to happen so that there can be a shift in momentum. Imagine the bulls and the bears. Imagine it like a seesaw, okay? When the bulls get stronger, the seesaw goes down in the bulls' favor. When the bears get stronger, the seesaw goes down in the bears' favor. Right now, that is an equal balance. There's an equilibrium right there. And we're waiting for the next kind of event to spice up the market. Now, that event is coming. We have here on the calendar, as you can see, in 24 hours, Jerome Powell will speak. He will take the stage and speak. Just shortly after that, another 24 hours after that, so 48 hours from now, there will be the CPI interest rate, not the interest rates, but the CPI data releasing, the inflation data releasing, which will be very impactful on the markets because it will give us a clear idea about how the Federal Reserve will aim to tackle that situation. Will they cut rates further? Will they cut rates sooner than anticipated? These things affect the market dramatically. In fact, there's an argument to be made, a very clear argument to be made. In fact, it's probably factual, just to be honest. It's not even really an argument. It's just objectively true that the reason we've seen this consolidation occurring for so long is because the Federal Reserve has delayed their interest rate cuts, which previously were expected to come sooner. For that reason, the market had no catalyst to move, and so we've just been consolidating since then. So the CPI data is actually going to be very influential, and if we see CPI come in good, we could see a dramatic move to the upside in the market. So there will be events coming soon, and my suspicion is that the market has been moving sideways for the last 4 days because it's waiting for the CPI data. It's waiting for Jerome Powell to take stage and hint at bearish or bullish sentiment. That's what I think is going to happen. So I think we will see the price of these markets move dramatically with that CPI data in just 48 hours or potentially even 24 hours when Jerome speaks. We are simply waiting and seeing what will happen there. Some short-term stuff going on. We've seen momentum break to the upside. We've seen kind of Bitcoin move to the upside of potential descending wedge formations, but no real clear break yet on the price chart. Hopefully we follow through and break with that momentum, especially as Jerome Powell takes the stage tomorrow. That will be excellent to see. We also see Bitcoin, flowing above the POC on the volume profile for a change, which is very, very nice to see. And if we can hold that position, form a higher low and bounce with the FOMC, sorry, not with the FOMC, but with the CPI and Jerome tomorrow, that will be great as well. But all of this is just very speculative and not really worth spending too much time talking about. What's worth talking about right now is the position we are in, the intensity and the compression that's forming here. Not only is Bitcoin on the POC or lurking around the POC, not only is Bitcoin seeing 4 consecutive doji candles, we also are sitting right on top of the Ichimoku cloud, right there, as you can see, we're sitting right on top of the Ichimoku cloud, or the Ikemoku cloud. Some people get a little bit pretentious about the pronunciation of that word. But as you can see, it's a very major contested point. The same exact thing with the daily chart Gaussian channel. We are in a point of major contention, and there's no, it's very clear to me while we're seeing the price so indecisive here. We're in a short-term downwards trend, while in a longer-term upwards trend, while in a macro bullish market environment, with a delay to that macro bullishness because the Federal Reserve has decided not to cut rates. It's obvious why there is an indecision here. It's obvious why the market is just pausing and waiting around. And I don't really see it as dramatic cause for concern. I see it as something we need to keep an eye on and watch like hawks. There's really nothing else to say about the charts right now. Perhaps we can look briefly at the USDT and DXY charts, which we'll do. The USDT chart, the USDT.d chart, USDT dominance, and the DXY are reverse correlated to Bitcoin. When these charts go up, Bitcoin goes down. As you can see, they've been going upwards a little bit for the last couple of months. This explains some of the Bitcoin weakness we've seen or Bitcoin consolidation. But luckily, we are seeing a potential resistance support flip here. We just need that chart to crash. And with the DXY, it's the same story. We're seeing support right here, which explains why Bitcoin is seeing weakness. But that chart is testing support relentlessly over and over again, and we just need that chart to crash. So we're seeing the USDT.d chart on a very major catalyst point, same with the DXY, and same with Bitcoin itself. It's no surprise that we're seeing such compression and such indecision here. We could also go through, and I could spend another 3 minutes talking about the total cryptocurrency market cap charts and the altcoin market cap chart. They're all doing the same thing. They're all at very, very major important decisions. They're at very major important positions, I should say, at decision points, waiting for the catalyst. And we just need to see the catalyst. That's simple as that. So we'll be seeing them very, very shortly. Not really much to discuss in the market. And that's why I want to end off this video by quickly showing you that I've posted something in my community section. So go to my YouTube channel and go to posts. And I said, ask me a question about the market that you would like to see answered in an upcoming video. Go ahead and chuck your question down there. And tomorrow I will be answering your questions in a dedicated video. So if you have anything you want to know about Bitcoin, what I think about a chart, what I think about the altcoin market, what I think about anything really in cryptocurrency, ask me there. And I may as well go ahead and answer your question in tomorrow's video. Unless something dramatic changes, I will be doing that just instead of making a pointless video. So that's what I'll be doing. Go ahead and ask your questions there. It's a good opportunity for you to get a question answered. Guys, before you end the video, check out the Bittunix and BitGet exchange. Bittunix is global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world. They've never been hacked before, which is a massive, massive virtue within an exchange. You're trusting exchanges with money. And you're trusting them to keep your money safe, and you're paying the money actually to keep your money safe in fees. So you may as well be on an exchange with low fees and a good historical track record. That's why I advertise Bittunix. You can use my referral link down below to sign up. You will get a 15% trading fee discount. And BitGet, very similar situation, except it's not available in the USA. They are, however, a very well-known exchange. They're top 5 in trading volume consistently. So it's a different use case to a certain degree, but that link is down below. And again, it's a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life with BitGet and Bittunix. So use those links to sign up down below. I really appreciate you guys if you do that. And go ahead and check out as well the VIP group on Telegram. I've got a VIP group on Telegram. I post altcoin trading signals. If you're interested in getting them, you can check all that information out. The links are down below. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you soon.